the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.
Good morning, Santa Barbara Teen Sports listeners. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday. This is a whole hour of Santa Barbara teen athletes and all those people and businesses that support those teen athletes. Yes, yes, look who we have in the house. We got our teen queen in the house, Ava Burford. How are you doing today?
I'm so good. How are you?
Look at you, my little cheer queen. How are you?
I'm so great. Life's been good.
Look at you. You got that vibe, yeah?
Thank you. I always got that vibe.
She's got that glow.
She got that glow that makes all the rain just go, go, go.
Just my highlight, but thank you.
Light. So how you guys doing this year on the cheer?
Good. We just started stunt practices, which is this new form of competition.
Okay.
Where we have gymnastics, partner stunts, and it's been really fun. Had some falls. Now I can bend my fingers different ways that I hadn't before. It's all good.
Wow.
But been super fun. It's really great.
Fantastic. So, I mean, the leadership. So, it's varsity, and
Yes.
so call out some of the players on the. Or I shouldn't say cheers. How do you say it? Like not players. Team. How do you say?
Teammates.
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 That's a tough one. I'm like team players. Yeah, whatever.
So
Teammates.
my stunt group I was working with today was Andrea Gonzalez, Carly
Andrea
Lambert,
Gonzalez. Come on now.
and then Francesca Ensel.
Okay.
And then we all memorized routine today, which was super awesome, very proud, and we didn't have as many falls as I expected, so it was really
nice. Great. What's the worst fall you have ever had?
Okay, worst fall I ever had was freshman year, and no one knew what we were doing because we were JV.
Okay.
And we were trying a cradle, which isn't that hard. It was like we were like fully extended. All the girls had their arms like above their heads, and we had one girl in the air, and we were doing something where they fall and we catch them. Two of the bases who are on the side throwing up the girls, and I'm in the back, so I was just overlooking everything. The two girls on the side, one had glasses, one had braces. When the girl came down, they clashed faces, and then the girl with the glasses, her glasses went in the other girl's eye. So everything cut. The girl with the braces bit down on her lip. The brace went through part of her lip. It was just terrible. Blood everywhere. We had to run.
But that was very dramatic, but I don't know that you'd want to do that again.
No. So we try not to.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
You know, when I went to school back in the other century, we had cheers that were around for a long time. Like our parents and grandparents had said the same cheers at the same football games. So who makes up the cheers? Are there new ones? Do they get created frequently, or do you use ones that are from some sort of book, or how does it work?
So we go to cheer camp every year, and we learn 3 new cheers for basketball and football, and then through the accumulation of past years, we add on the cheers. And there's been some cheers. We have 2 new coaches this year, and one of them was a past cheerleader at Santa Barbara High School. And she's incorporating all of her past cheers, so all the alumni are getting more involved. So through the years, we've added some and dropped some that didn't really fit. But yeah, usually we just take past cheers that the coaches made or some girls have made.
And who does does your coach do the choreography?
Yes. Or we go to cheer camp, learn choreography, or we hire someone that teaches us.
Cheer camp?
Yes.
That's great. You just sleep with your pom-poms and things?
Oh, no. I wish.
Do you really?
Yes. It'd be better than practicing dances, but it's fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Woo!
Ava, we love you. Yeah, we love Santa Barbara High. That's it. We love you. We love Joe out there, too. Athletic director, I tell you, since day one, has been a huge supporter of this show. So definitely really support as well. Santa Barbara High School, thank you very much. In the house, she's got to go early. She's a very busy girl. Izzy Livingston. Woo! Representing one of Dustin Aliano's crew. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Look at you, growing, developing. I'm telling you, you're killing it over there. I'm loving it. Talk to us.
Thank you.
So when you start, tell us, start from the beginning. What's going on?
Well, let's see. I'm getting busier and busier, as people are coming in from New Year's. They're starting to realize that they can't, lose the weight on their own or can't gain the muscle on their own, and they need some help. So currently I'm having a flood of people come on in, and that's great for me. I love it.
Nice.
I love what I do, and I love everybody I work with. I get really close to my clients, so I really enjoy my job.
Beautiful. Ava, you have a question? I know. You were playing with the mic. No.
Of course I have a question. What's your favorite part about your job?
The fact that I get to see results on people. It's almost like art. Like, you get to sculpt someone else, and you see that, and then, you see their joy behind it, and you see their success, and it's almost like you're helping other people create and achieve their goals. So it's really rewarding. I really like it. That's really great.
Yeah, it's actually almost, it brings to mind like Michelangelo when he had this just piece of marble, and he could see David in the marble, and he carved away at it until he had that perfect physique.
That is that's pretty true, actually. I see the resemblance there.
Exactly. We'll take a little piece out here, add a little piece there.
Yeah, it's definitely, and currently I'm getting ready to compete in May with one of my clients, and it's really hard to competition prep, and right now it's like, we are literally chiseling our muscles out, and diet is extremely intense, and everything is on the maximum that we're doing right now, so it's pretty.
I often wonder, how do people maintain their persistence, their discipline? I mean, how do you keep them motivated? It's one thing when you get them in the gym and you're working them out, but when they're not there and some idiot like me brings in a dozen cupcakes when we're having a body person in. What's the matter?
No, my question was, I was just kind of whispering over to Ava, do you have a trainer over there, for your little I was whispering, and I apologize.
I heard juice cleanse, and I was like, I don't know where this is going.
I would say motivation-wise, it's your job as a trainer is to help them find the internal motivation that they have in themselves to want to change and to want to be better and to better themselves the way that they want to and achieve their goals on their own. So, you can motivate them all they want, but if they don't have the internal motivation for themselves, then it's really, it's not going to work out.
Sometimes you can inspire them. It's like, I have this 23-year-old little kid who is a Marine. Yeah. And he said, is there any other way I can help you? I said, take your shirt off when we work out. But he didn't really want to do that. But what he said to me, I said, I'm old, leave me alone, don't work me too hard. Right. And he'd say things like, I know you can do it. Right. I know you can do it. Just try it. And he was right. I pushed myself further without the excuse of age or anything else. And so you guys really, you do more than just help people work out. You teach them they can go beyond the boundaries.
That's very true, and that's what what makes my job so rewarding. So
you're talking about diet earlier. What would you normally eat when it's really constricted and?
Well, currently I'm not eating any sugar whatsoever, so the cupcakes are just sitting there taunting me right now. So thanks for that. But the other day my coworker gave me an M&M, like a bag of M&Ms for Valentine's Day, and I was like, can't eat it. But so no sugar right now, and I'm just being really careful about getting enough protein and making sure that I'm eating a well-balanced diet. I'm not meal prepping at this point because I still have time, but my client is, because she needs to lose a couple more pounds before she's ready to really start to gain the muscle.
What is this competition that you're talking about?
It's a bikini competition.
Oh,
yeah.
Okie dokie then. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So your clients come to you, how many clients do they have? And they all for the same reasons, or are they all very different?
My clients come in for different reasons. I would say the number one reason is because I'm a female, and I get a lot of female clients because they want to build a butt and they also want to lose weight. So they kind of want, to tone up and look their best. So I would say, and I've helped a lot of people with that, and so word spreads in Santa Barbara because it's so small. And so a lot of people, have heard what I've done for someone else, and then they're like, oh, and they'll come to me, and cycle goes on and on. So it's a wide variety of things they want to change, but most of the time it's for weight loss and, build a booty.
Gotcha.
Really?
Yeah. Build a booty.
What happens if you don't have it? Can you construct an entire booty?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I had a flat butt until I started working out. Very true, though.
Really?
Yeah,
Can I see your booty?
absolutely. You can see it. I'll show you a picture. I'll have to show you.
She has a very successful booty.
Thank you. Stop. I'm blushing.
So how long have you been training, and what got you into training?
I've been training for about a year. I got into training because I fell into this dark pit of, depression, and I was really not doing what I wanted with my life. And I actually ended up finding Dustin Aliano, and I was like, oh, great, cool. So we started training together, and we became like family. And once I started training with him, he inspired me to go out and get my certification. To become a personal trainer, and so from there it just went on.
What do you learn other than learning the exercises and stuff like that? What do they teach you in a training course?
Yeah, they teach you a lot. So they'll teach you exercises. I went through the International Sports Science Association certification. So I learned anatomy. I learned, muscle groups, which is pretty much anatomy. I learned, nutrition. They do a nutrition segment.
It's fabulous.
They do, they definitely, a lot of it is learning specific body types and stuff, and what works for that too. And then I did a lot more research. I interned actually. I shadowed two of the people that are going to be on next, Jordan and Aaron.
What do you mean shadow? You stalked them?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I followed them everywhere.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. But no, I helped out in their circuits, and they really taught me a lot about different type of exercises and things like that. So I've learned a lot, from experience.
There's so many gyms. I first off, let me back up a little bit. I would say my two boys, Joe and John, were Dustin's, I think, 4th and 5th clients when he was out of his garage many, many, many years ago. So he's my family as well. So I understand it. But so it's this for me. It's definitely personal. But I'll let you speak for Superior Fitness and Wellness. So because a lot of people are listening to this. So why go to his gym? What does his gym? Because you guys could work anywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
so what does his gym offer that others' gym in Santa Barbara today don't? Because there's so many. I see gyms that not so much come and go, but I see the corporations are going in and gobbling up.
Oh yeah.
The gyms.
Absolutely.
So his is probably one of the few remaining owner-operated gyms left in town. So what does he offer?
Superior Fitness is it's extremely different than corporate gyms. Absolutely. We're not based off of a system, a tier system with trainers. We're all independent contractors, entrepreneurs. We're all just doing what we want to do, and we're trying to build our clientele personally. And Dustin really supports that. He's always trying to help us get clients and become successful and, thrive in a trainer, in a trainer's environment. And I would say Superior Fitness, it's just a very welcoming vibe. It's a very, non-judgmental. It's, when you walk into the gym, the first thing I remember the feeling that I felt when I walked into the gym for the first time. Sorry. I felt like it was warm and it was welcoming, and I felt like I belonged there. I would say that I feel like everybody would belong there, no matter how you feel about yourself or what's going on or what issue you have. I would say everybody belongs there, and that everybody's given a chance there, and everybody can become successful there. And I think that's what makes Superior different from other gyms is, it's so supportive, and we really care about everybody we train.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Well said.
Thank you.
Nice said. And I know you got to go, and I kept you 5 minutes too long.
It's okay. No
Put your hands
worries.
together. Izzy, give contact information real quick because I know you screwed
All
out.
right. Should I just say my phone number?
Sure.
All right. So I'm Isabella Livingston, and my phone number is 805-722-0314.
Izzy Livingston, thank you so
All
much.
right.
Let's take a little
Bye.
break. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with a lot more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
Every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. I'm touched. Okay, I got the most coolest, most neatest gift. I don't know. Our Terri Cooper Dr. Energy knew that I had a really bad week, and it was awesome. And she gave me this coolest. We're gonna put it up on Facebook. We got this coolest little coffee cup here, and it's a big coffee cup actually. And I like big things, so it's really awesome. And it's a coffee cup, and I'll post it. And it's got a crown, and it's on it. It says on it, it's good to be the queen. I love it.
There you go.
What am I gonna say?
Hail the queen.
What am I say? That's it. Thank you so much. Awesome.
It was so perfect.
I mean, if you would have given me yesterday, I would have teared up. Seriously, I had a bad day yesterday.
Give it back.
He says, no, I was. This is awesome. This is beautiful. All right, we have two. Izzy, lightning. Lightning.
She showed up.
I mean,
executed.
Unbelievable. You guys really, you kicked that girl into shape.
Hey, she gets
telling
after it.
you.
That's what the vibe
is. She doing your circuits or what?
Yeah, she
What's
hopped on a
happening?
few. She's doing her own thing. Absolutely.
Really?
She's an ambitious girl. Very proud of her.
Jordan, we got to introduce him. All right, let them introduce themselves because I don't
Hello?
know. Okay.
Aaron Thomas with Superior Fitness.
Yeah.
Jordan Kirkendall from Superior Fitness as well.
Woo! Thank you, boys. We always have to do the ladies first.
Hey, exactly.
We're and what I liked is when I was watching you guys, you were really proud of her.
Absolutely.
Like
She's like a little sister.
Exactly. Straight up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Superior
really
Fitness in general
that
feels like a family.
Feeling. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when I called Dustin, I was really hurting because I had this big thing with cold laser, and these guys were coming up from LA and the machines and everything, and it didn't work out.
Man,
all right.
It seems like you need to fill that cup up with some coffee.
I'm serious, right? And then all of a sudden I reached out to Dustin. I never ask, and he knows, man, if I'm asking, I am hurt, and I'm in the 24-hour, and I don't like to call Dr. D the last minute and say, we got to postpone, cancel, whatever. How are we going to do that? And then, done. I got you back.
Boom.
All right? And then he says, I just blanketed all of my trainers. 5 seconds later, done.
We ran here. We ran
serious.
Here.
Done.
Yep.
I love that. Mm-hmm. All right, so how do you become a trainer? Let's just go there. How do you become a trainer?
That's a good question. I mean, anybody can become a trainer. So anybody can get a certification, right? No, I mean, right? Yeah, it seems tougher than it is. So, I mean, yeah, you can go online and get a certification. You can pay X amount of money and do the tests and everything. But really, what I think distinguishes a good personal trainer from a great one is somebody who has experience in the field and somebody who can make that personal connection. They call it personal training for a reason. And there are definitely different tiers of levels when it comes to that connection. So I think that, yeah.
What does that mean, tiers?
I mean, there's different levels, I should say, of, people that can connect with certain, whether it's a specialty in a demographic or whatever you're going for, regardless, you're working with people. So you have to be able to build those relationships. And I love my job. I know Aaron does as well. It's because we get to approach every single day with integrity, knowing that we're improving people's lives, but we're also drinking the Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? We are not telling other people to do anything we wouldn't do. So, yeah, I mean, you can get a certification, but I think it takes a certain type of person, just like with any job, to really go at it in a very successful, or I should say great way.
And I'll interject here. The job doesn't start and end with that session in particular. Me and Jordan meet up a lot of times outside of the gym, outside of our circuits. We put in a lot of work together, brainstorming, talking about our clients, where we want to go, what our goals are. So, you gotta really love what you're doing and put in that extra work. You can't just be that trainer who's checking his watch every 5 minutes during the circuit and then you go home when it's done. The job never ends.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever found a situation where you say, Jordan, you're with a person, just say like me. Okay, so you get to a person and then you get to him to a point and then you're like, okay, tag team, like Aaron, okay, you need to take, Erica to the next level. I mean, just because she's up to here, I got her to here, but you're better now. Because when you transform, like say if they drop 20, 40, that person's different.
Totally.
Am I right?
Absolutely.
I mean, we got here, right, Dr. Energy. I mean, she's really lost 40, right?
Awesome.
Am I right? 40 pounds. I mean, you are. Don't you feel like you're different? Right? Am I right? You're like a different person.
That's amazing. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It feels a whole lot better. And, and my knees don't hurt anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
and it's
amazing.
and outside of the physical stuff that the training is, it's not just about lifting the weights. It's not just about losing the weight. It's about who you're becoming along the way. It's about the character development, the discipline you put in, the commitments. Everything that goes into it, the integrity, the perseverance mindset to show up to the gym, do your work, and leave knowing you left it all there. That spills over into other areas of your life. Yeah, the accessory stuff is great, but the fundamental principles are what can cause you or lead you to success in any other area of your life.
And speaking as a person in my 70s, I thought it was all over.
Wow, I was going to say, you're lying. I want to see ID. That's amazing. I
want to see your pectoral muscles, but we're not going to do it.
You look amazing. I love it.
You are being carded.
Yeah, even as we speak. But, I thought, well, forget it. There's big limits to what I can do.
Yeah.
But my trainer, God bless him, he said, no, there isn't. You can do it.
Absolutely.
And I'm finding myself, feeling muscles for the first time in years. So I think people need to hear that it isn't just for the young and beautiful.
No.
Not at all. Not at all. And something me and Jordan are constantly reminding people, and it's a little saying, I don't know where we got it. We may have heard it subconsciously somewhere else, but we like to say there's no secret. It's just hard work and discipline. That's all it takes, man. If you are consistent, you really care, you are dedicated, you have that discipline, even outside of the gym, you can do it. Anyone.
Yeah.
There's a concern, though, that a lot of the time I had gone away from it because I'd have very young, very healthy, very fit young women, and they would push me and I'd hurt myself. And so what I keep saying to my guy, I'm at the Y with Silver Sneakers program.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
that?
familiar, yeah.
Okay. And I keep saying, are you sure this is okay for me? I'm not 24. And he keeps saying, I will never hurt you. I will not push you beyond what I think you can do. And I never heard that before.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's awareness of your clients and their physical limitations is 101. You absolutely have to be aware of what you're dealing with. And, sometimes it takes humility too. If you don't have an expertise in a certain area as a trainer, you have to be aware and conscious enough to maybe refer them to somebody else who does so that they can be in the best care. And that's the kind of intent and everything that will come around full circle. Some people, especially in the fitness industry, it's a quote unquote maybe selfish industry because you're a personal trainer doing your own business. But if we build a community like we are at Superior, we all make each other stronger. So we all have our own specialties. We all connect with people in certain ways. And that's what we just try and facilitate.
Wonderful. And to add on to that, earlier in the show, Izzy was talking about competition, right? So she's getting ready for a competition. At that point, you may be a little more aggressive in your program. When you're just trying to get overall healthier, there's no deadline. We're going to take it gradually, and we're going to go at your own pace. So that's probably where you're at with your trainer. He's taking you slowly through the steps, just building you up for a better life.
It's not so slow. Yeah, he's a Marine, so he'll say to us, and we're all around the same age, and he'll say to us, how does this? And we'll go, it was hard. And he goes, next week will be harder.
Does it happen to be Brandon? Is that his name? I know Brandon. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. I actually used to I was director over at the Y, personal training wellness department.
Oh,
so
he's great.
He's a great guy. Yeah.
What a sweetie pie he is. He shaved, and I felt like I needed didn't know whether to grope him or diaper him. I mean,
drop him off at childcare or go work
exactly.
out.
I don't mean I grope people. Sorry, no, just a joke. Only joking.
So when was the last time he asked you to drop and give him 20?
Saturday night.
He actually did he?
No.
Okay, fine.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
What happened to that small child you've lost? That 40-pound little child you lost? Who and or what was that?
It's showing up on my neighbor's butt.
There you go. Pass it on. That's what you call pay it forward.
That's paying it forward. But I'm bummed. It's great.
I have to say that in the process of, and I'm not on any kind of program like Dr. Energy is.
Doors open.
But when I started losing weight just by modifying my diet, and I heard something that absolutely astounded me, because you mentioned your knees don't hurt anymore. I did not know this, but the pressure on your knees, whatever it is that you're carrying, multiply that times 4. So, for example, we had chickens at one point, and I was carrying 50-pound bags of chicken feed down this hill to the coop. Yeah. That's 200 pounds of pressure on my. I did not know that. Yeah. That's and I don't think people even think about that.
No, they don't. People get used to feeling a certain way. Yeah. Whether it's feeling crappy, a lot of the times they get used to that, and they have nothing to contrast it to because they've never made that commitment to being diligent with their diet or their exercise. Yeah. But once you do, once you break past that and you start getting the results, it becomes intrinsic. It becomes motivation within itself to get those results, but people just have to break through that initial barrier because, unfortunately, especially with the younger generation, including my generation, instant gratification is the kind of hip thing, in all of our lives, everything's instant gratification, whatever it is. So sometimes people maybe get discouraged because that's what they're used to. But just like with anything worth having, it takes that dedication day in and day out, making sure you're eating the right foods, making sure you're showing up to the gym, so it takes a certain discipline. And like you said, it just makes a difference in everything else in your life if you take control of that.
But I think too, and for me, I have never been on a diet. I don't believe in them.
No, I don't even believe in that word diet.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've being in the media as I am, have been for decades. I've heard the news stories come June, July, and August of people who went on diets in January, in the New Year's resolution thing, and they just gained it all back. Well, there are reasons for it. So what's the point? Why do that?
Yeah.
What I've been doing is just nothing more than becoming aware of the things that I should eat and the things I shouldn't, making the modifications along the way. I don't have any dairy other than maybe butter in some food that my wife might cook, maybe using some heavy cream in some stuff she might cook. Yeah. I don't drink milk anymore. Yeah. I'll drink almond milk, or I drink those coconut almond milk blends that they've got in the stores. And I used to... Here, not only here, but when I was working back in Phoenix, I would go to the store and I'd get a half gallon of milk and drink it during the day. Yeah. In one day, one afternoon or something. Because I just, it was so good. Yeah. But I have found other things to supplement it. And soda, still working on getting completely off, but better than it was.
One step at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
We also like to say progress, not perfection.
Exactly.
So every day you're getting better. We're going to strive to be perfect, but perfection is, no one's perfect. So as long as you're striving, you're raising the bar every day, you're doing good.
And I think that the awareness is, as they say, is the very first step. If you become aware,
absolutely,
then, you take those little steps.
You know how to make choices is really what it is. Because it's not even just about what you can't have. Exactly. It's also about what your body does need. Yeah. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah. It's amazing stuff. So you guys have been working over at Dustin's place for how long, each of you?
Oh, I've been working there for about almost a little over 3 years now.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've just completed my first year.
Your first year? Yes. And I'm noticing, I'm looking at your forearm there, or your upper arm, and I'm noticing that crease. So that's a vein there? Is that what that is?
Yeah, a little bit of muscle glycogen going on.
Okay. I was just wondering, because we had on another program I produced, we had a football player come in. I mean, and this guy was really, his arms were just huge. They were like my thighs, which aren't that big, but, really muscular. And I asked him, I says, I see so many guys who don't work out, but they just kind of like grow into a body that is, quote unquote, as they say, buff, really chiseled and just, I says, did you really work? He says, yeah, I was kind of like this in my adolescence and as I grew up. But yes, he does work out because he's a football player. He's got to maintain his regiment and so forth. So I'm wondering, in terms of, did you just have I have no I have muscle tone, but I have very small muscles, which is okay, but you've got some you're not flexing, you're just kind of sitting there, and yet you can see the definition in your arm. Is that something that you've had, or did you create that through the working?
I worked very hard for that. So I actually have lost 60 pounds in the last year.
Oh.
I did not always have these veins showing or really any definition. I was just a big guy, played football. I lifted weights, but really the diet. The diet is what does it. You cut the fat away, you build the muscle, and the veins start showing. So no secrets, hard work, dedication.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to be vain.
It's called vascular.
Okay, so little question. What's a typical day, or is there a typical day at your trainer place, gym?
No, there's not a typical day, because in several regards, that's a great question. There's a typical day because we are training there consistently, but the training's always different, and it's always geared towards different clientele. And there's constantly new people coming in. We're growing our membership basis, so it's always evolving. Even the structure of the gym is evolving. There's going to be some construction going on where we're going to open up both sides of the gym. If you haven't been there already, I highly recommend you come by and check it out. We're making some big changes with the actual building itself, and the training itself is always different and changing. Yeah, address 1331 San Andreas Street.
Great. Thank you.
I'm curious about one other thing, and I'm asking for your observations, and even as fitness experts, and speaking of women in particular, and young women in their teens and 20s and even in their 30s and even older, the ones that I see walking around look like stick figures, and I understand there's all this internal story going on in their heads that even in that appearance they still think they're fat.
It's called body dysmorphia.
Yeah, and I watch them walking, and I'm going, you do not understand how unhealthy and unsafe that is for you. Are you seeing guys in that same...
Totally. And it goes back to one of those principles that we teach, to be internally validated. It doesn't mean to be cocky or arrogant. Yeah. It means to not be externally validated. So don't base the value you have on yourself, on your body, or on your circumstance, your economics, whatever it is. Don't base it upon that. Base it upon what you know about yourself. And if you show up and discipline in your life and commit to things that you really want and your heart says to do, that's fulfillment. That's confidence. That's true confidence.
Well said. Hey! Woo! Jordan and Aaron, stick around. All right. We've got a lot more. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with a lot more after these messages. I want to get another refill on It's Good to Be the Queen cup. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. Wow, I tell you, I left this message with Izzy, and I know it's probably going to be along the same lines, but you guys, Aaron, Jordan, is there anything more that you could add to what Izzy said about your gym? Superior. If you guys, anybody just joined us, you're a little late, but that's all right. We still love you. Superior Fitness owner Dustin Aliano has done some pretty amazing things. What's past 5 years? Is it 6 years, 7 years?
It's 7 years.
7 years. Woo! Golden. That's the golden year.
And it just
she said a lot of powerful, great things. Can you add to that, or do you have anything more to add to that? Or
yeah, absolutely. So we try and develop an atmosphere and a culture there that is welcoming to anybody who is looking to better themselves.
Okay.
So we have many other good trainers there other than Aaron, myself, and Isabel. We have Paul, we have Johnny, we have John, Dustin himself, Alex as well. And like I was saying earlier, we all have our own specialties. We all have our own ways of connecting with people. But we all have relationships to where we can refer somebody to somebody else. So if you come into the gym, you're going to find something for you, not only physically, but bettering yourself in whatever regard that is.
So what do you have as facilities? What can people find there when they come, besides trainers?
Aaron.
So we have 4 different studios. We have our main room where we'll usually do, our group class training. We have a lot of turf. We have prowlers, TRX bands, tires to flip. I mean, we have a lot of functional training equipment, a lot of really athletic-based training equipment. We also have hydraulic equipment, and this is all in just that one room. Then on the other side of the building, we have studios B, C, and D, and there you'll find a kickboxing cardio room, a weight room, and an accessory lift room. So there you're going to find your cables and dumbbells. The weight room's going to have more of the bench presses, squat racks. So we pretty much have a little bit of something for everybody.
Do you have ladies' rooms?
Yes, we do. We have a men's bathroom and a ladies' bathroom, and the ladies' bathroom smells much better than the men's.
You mean we don't sweat, we have dew.
No, women don't sweat. They glisten.
They glisten.
Yeah, that's a fact. You can check it.
Okay, so it's Ava on the mic because you like me to introduce myself. And today I brought my wonderful, amazing father, Gerrad Burford.
Oh, yeah.
So, besides being the most amazing daughter's dad, my dad is also the president of the MAD Academy. And you are going to explain a little bit about that, like we practiced.
That is adorable.
Well,
and if not, we've got 2 trainers here. If you don't do it perfect, you could be doing some what? Burpees. Burpees are good. Those are gnarly burpees.
We actually didn't practice this. So anyway, here we go. So the MAD Academy is at Santa Barbara High School, and it's a school within a school. And it stands for Multimedia Art and Design. Mm-hmm. And so my older daughter, Grace, who's 2 years older than Ava, was the guinea pig. Mm-hmm. And we sent her there. And she really thrived. It's an amazing program. They accept all students, even if you're not good with computers. And they teach web design, video, what else, Ava? Photography.
Video editing, Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator skills.
Within a regular curriculum. So you have English, math, social science, but you travel with your MAD pack through the school. And then you have 2 MAD classes, is that right, per day? And that's where you're using the computers. So the equipment that we have there was funded by parents. So it is a public school, but there's a heavy parent commitment through volunteerism and fundraising. And as the board president, we're primarily a fundraising board to support MAD. But they have the latest video cameras, computers, software. It's what they're using in Hollywood right now. It's pretty impressive.
Great.
What else, Aves?
It's beautiful.
Well, how can we apply?
Well, applications were due, and the kids that applied will be finding out March 1st for next year. So if you're currently in 7th grade, you might be thinking about it, because in 8th grade you need to apply. And I think, what would they do, January 31st, something like that? Yeah, and so you can get on the MAD website, which is madacad.com. You can stop by the high school for a private tour, and you could call MAD at 966-7918 and set up a tour.
So how many spots are there? So I mean, you have to apply, and so you
have to apply. Yeah,
okay.
We have 350 students right now.
Okay.
We just added a freshman class when Ava started high school. It used to start sophomore year. And so
how many applications do you usually get?
Well, this year we had over 200 for 95 spots.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we would like to add another class, but we can't. We don't have the space. Mm-hmm. So that may be something we address in the future. But we had 30 of those 200 applications are for the sophomore year, which there's no spots available at all because all the freshmen are going into this. No one's leaving.
Yeah, I got you. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. We've got to take a little break. All right, quick break. Come right back. All right, it's fascinating. I'm going to ask a lot more questions. Nobody go anywhere. All right, let's put our hands together for Santa Cruz Market. All right, they just called me. I got a text here. They got $50 they want me to come pick up. Thank you so much. That's going to Galita Boys and Girls Club. We thank you guys. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with a lot more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. So I have a question. So if a local business like Superior Fitness and Wellness or anything, what if they want to do? I mean, do we have relationships, or because I know we're doing that at Bishop, they're trying to formulate these relationships or in communities.
partnerships because it's a private school and that's the whole thing, the outreach of like, why go to Bishop? So does high schools do that as well or not? I don't know. I'm just asking.
The academies do.
Okay,
Yeah.
they do. So in other words, if Dustin wanted to do a commercial for Superior Fitness and Wellness, they could contact somebody at the MAD Academy.
Yeah.
Okay,
They could
cool. I
use
didn't know
our-
that. See?
Free
Yeah.
training for the president?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Good
Yeah,
to
we
know.
can work something out
Yeah,
for sure.
we didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
This is fabulous.
Retraining for the president. What do you mean?
He's the president for the MAD Academy.
Oh, retraining for the. I don't get
So
it.
we get a commercial and he gets some free training.
We'll do the
I
commercial.
thought you were saying you were going to retrain
Yeah.
the president, and I thought, oh, it's too late for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
We need a lot more than that.
The students do public service announcements and commercials all the time.
Do you have? You mentioned fundraisers. Would raising some more funds make it possible for you to be available to more students, or have you just really run out of space?
Right now, we're out of space.
Oh, that's
But we do always need to raise money for new equipment because we replace it every 2 to 3 years.
I see.
They're not working on anything that's old.
Yeah,
mean,
I
the stuff is
I
state-of-the-art.
teach at the Adult Ed, the Center for Lifelong Learning. Oh, dear God. I don't teach memory training. And we have annexes, because we've run out of space. I mean, is it possible for the school to have any off-site locations?
We're looking at a couple right now. But, having just added 95 students with the freshman class, we have some growing pains with that, going from 250 to 355 or whatever we did.
Right.
So we're working on that. And I'd say maybe within the next year or two, we might be able to handle another class, which would be just adding another 35 to 38 kids.
Are there any kids that you've been really excited about in this program that you see that they're going to do something amazing with what they have?
Well, they already are. The program's been around for 20 years. And so there's kids working in the industry
that started at the
directors,
school.
Started at MAD.
Yeah.
We bring them back to talk to the kids.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it's really great.
It's got to be very rewarding. Yeah. How did you get to take on the job of the president?
Yeah, it was. I've been on the board for 3 years, and we had some shuffling at the top, and so I was just asked to step in. When was that? September?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's been
How
not
big
quite
a
a year.
responsibility is it? How much do you oversee?
It's a budget about $700,000 a year that we've got to figure out where that's coming from and how we're spending it.
Yeah, that's a big responsibility.
Yeah, that's my primary responsibility, and running the board meetings, keeping the board engaged.
They kicked me off my board at church.
Oh no, what'd you do?
Yeah, I just don't do well with those rules. What they call rules of order, Robert's rules of order.
Rules, yeah. Parliamentary procedure.
Yes, they just said, Terri, we find you so valuable, but not in a board setting.
We bought the book for everyone and passed it out a couple board meetings ago. I don't think anybody read it, so I run a kind of loose meeting. But, yeah.
Well, they don't, So it's like,
not at church.
Terri, you have to raise your hand. Terri, you have to ask for it to be second. No, Terri, we already voted on that. So it was all over.
That's great.
Well, we're all so impressed and pleased with what you're providing to the kids. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
So if somebody wants to reach out after what they've listened today, what do they got to do to help?
Well, we'll always take cash. That's great. But they could call MAD. You can, on the MAD site, you can make a donation or just learn more about MAD. In-kind donations for our upcoming auction we're taking right now. That's March 11th is the gala at the Historical Museum. It's always sold out event, but local businesses are donating whatever they have right now, so we're taking that.
Nice.
I have a dozen donuts here.
We'll take them. They're very special donuts too.
Sweet. Well, that's a few days away. So if anybody, if there's probably no tickets, but
there may
out?
be a few tickets left, but it will sell out
All
for
right,
sure.
fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, let's take another break. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with a lot more after these messages.
We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
Every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. Hey, folks, we only have a couple of minutes left, so I always like to go around the room because I so treasure every single one of my co-hosts and guests, because honestly, this has just been a huge year for Teen Sports Radio, and I can't believe, I don't know what is going on with the shift or Santa Barbara or the love or whatever, and I know, I just feel like everybody's been buckling down, and I don't know if it's the rain or whatever has been going on, but the generosity has been huge. Okay, the giving has just been abundant. All of the down Old Town Goleta, everybody's calling me up to pick up, the little coin boxes. There's not a day that goes by where I don't get to pick up some change for the kids. The United Boys and Girls Clubs put her hand together for Michael Baker. That's it. He's been doing a great job for those kids. All of our nonprofits are doing really well. I love what Dr. May Chandler has been a huge participant. She's actually for the arthritis walk. They've made her the doctor for the whole walk or something like that, which is a huge. Yeah, I don't know what she's doing, but just a lot. Everybody who's participated in the show. Kristen Snedden, how about our Kristen Snedden? She's been huge. Donated so much time to our kids over the years. She's just been really well. So, Terri Cooper, why don't you give us some, your name and your contact information? That would be great. And let's go around the room, get everybody's information.
Yeah, I'm Terri Cooper. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I teach at the Center for Lifelong Learning. I have a class coming up. So the contact information is 682-3025. I'd love to hear from you.
And I'm Aaron Thomas at Superior Fitness Center. My contact information is phone number 805-252-2123.
Jordan Kirkendall, trainer at Superior Fitness. My phone number is 805-895-0939.
Hi, I'm Gerrad Burford, president of the board of Mad Academy. You can reach Mad at madacad.com or at 966-7918.
God bless Santa Barbara. We love you. Thank you. See you next week.
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.